Hey guys, we're back for lesson 2 on magnets, and I guess I need to introduce myself because I'm not sure I did that last time, but I'm Miss Johns, and I myself have 2 kids in 4th and 7th, and I taught 4th, 5th, and 6th grade, especially with science, because I thought it was fun and I loved it. And this is just something, these activities are for just fun and things you can find around the house that you can like mess around with and learn some stuff. So today you need 2 magnets. I have these magnets, they're pretty strong, but you don't necessarily need that. You can have 2 kitchen magnets, off your fridge, as long as you can feel kind of the repel and the attract, remember those 2 words from our last lesson, then you're good. You should be fine. Also, you will want your journal or a whiteboard so you can write down some stuff in there. And last but not least, you will need a container. We just used this to put some water in. You can use anything. You can empty out a pencil box and use that. You can use a bowl. You can do, anything that holds water is fine. So you can pause right here if you need to get the materials. Okay, I'm assuming you have everything now and you've pushed play. Welcome back. So the first thing I want to go over is the 3 states of matter, which is everything that surrounds us. So everything that we see. They're in 3 states. It's either in a gas state like air, so we can't really see that, it's around us. It's a solid, like this container's a solid, this table's a solid. Or it's liquid, like water. So those 3 states of matter are all around us. And what we did yesterday, or the first lesson, whenever you did that, is we looked at how magnets interact with things in the air, really, right? So today, our key question is, do magnets work through liquids and solids? So you can write this down in your journal. Again, I usually put the date, so it's 5/4. And so write down, do magnets work through liquids and solids? And what I want you to do is talk to yourself or an adult in the house or a sibling if anybody is doing this with you. And I want you to predict. What do you think? Do you think magnets will work through a liquid or a solid or both? And you can pause here so you can write the stuff down and have a prediction discussion. I'll wait. Okay, so now that you're back, I'm assuming you wrote those down in your journal and you talked to somebody about your prediction. So what you can do next is build something. It's not really building all that much. But what we did is we took this container and we put water in it. And I have a magnet kit, so the kids were able to build like a little boat with a magnet in it. But you can build that out of anything. And if you don't have anything to build, that's fine. You can actually just have water in here and put the magnet down in the water. The building something extra is just something more, fun to do. Like if you want to make a little foil boat and lay your magnet down in that, you can do that. Whatever. And if not, that's fine too. So go ahead and do that. Gather whatever materials you want for that. And push pause. I'll wait. Okay, so now I'm assuming that you're back. You have built your contraption. And so what you want to do after you build it is you want to have your contraption in the water. You want to have a magnet here inside the contraption, and then you want to have the magnet here. I'm not going to demonstrate it yet because I want you to figure this out on your own. So you put the magnet on the outside underneath and then move it around and then see what happens. Go ahead and pause me so you can check that out on your own. Okay, so now you're back and I'm assuming you have done your little experiment with whatever contraption you have, or if it's just a magnet and water in your container, that's fine too. And so what happened? So what should have happened is you should have been able to move around the object in your water container, whether that be the magnet or something you built. And so what does that show you? Does that show you that magnets do work through liquids and solids? The answer should be yes. So let's go ahead and answer our key question. So you can give a big capital Y-E-S for yes. Yes, it works. And it works through all three states of matter. Okay, so write that down in your journals, that you should see that it works through all three states of matter, which is really cool. So that means that magnets do work through air, they work through solids, and they work through liquids. And after you've written this down, what I had my kids do is draw our contraption. So they drew the container with the boat in it and with the water and the two magnets. And so they draw it in their journals so they remember. That helps them kind of remember what this activity included so that they can remember, oh yeah, those magnets did work. And they worked through the solids and the liquids, because when you look at our container is a solid, and then you had a liquid inside, and that didn't matter that it had even both of those. It worked through both of them. And so you can do a lot of other experiments. I'll put a video on that we did with iron fortified cereal that showed the different materials in the cereal float towards a magnet. So you can do that as well. You can do all kinds of different experiments. You can also put a magnet on top of your table and a magnet under your table and move it along, or anything magnetic on top of your table and your magnet underneath and move it along. It's kind of like you have the Force, which is very appropriate for May 4th, right? The 4th be with you. So may the 4th be with you. But anyways, something fun. I hope you guys had a good time today exploring with materials and learning a little bit about magnets. We'll see you next time. Take care.